When you're in Longueval and you want to find the New Zealand National Memorial, you must take the G197 near the Bois des Fourqueux. When you will reach the banking that will split the road in two, you see a sign saying Monument Néo-Zélandais, New Zealand Forces Memorial Longueval. And you have to follow that sign by going straight into Rue du Calvaire, which is partially a dirty road and it leads to the memorial.
Imagine that the weather was awful. It was raining so badly. The ground was destroyed and filled with mud because of the bombings. 2,000 soldiers have been killed and 5,000 have been injured at the Battle of the Somme in only 3 weeks. After that, the New Zealand troops were affected in Ypres.
Longueval became one of the first places dedicated to the memory of New Zealand because of the casualties. The memorial in front of you has been inaugurated in 1922 by the New Zealander Francis Bell, who was at Attorney General, and who later became the Prime Minister of New Zealand. It forms an obelisk with a message on it. In honor of the men of New Zealand, First Battle of the Somme, 1916. On the side of the monument there are the names of the battles where the New Zealander fought.
During winter 1915-1916, the New Zealand troops who were at their point in Egypt were sent to the Occidental Front in order to help the Allies, first in the north between Armentières and Ladies, which became steady in spring 1916. That monument was erected on the original objective gained by the New Zealand Division as the Battle of the Somme. This position was actually gained and the New Zealanders launched their victorious attack on Floss on 15 September, which was also the first battle where tanks were used.
Very quickly, the Battle of the Somme, which began on 1st July, became a grave where human casualties increased at fast pace because of the new weapons used. In September, there were not a lot of action for the Allies, however a lot of men and unities were requested.
The New Zealand Division was repatriated in the Somme, where they won the first line to experience their first engagement on the Occidental Front. On the 14th of September 1916, the division was positioned on the western side of Longueval's village on the Vermondoise Plateau.
An attack was launched the following day at 20:06 a.m., which involved the big battle of Floss-Courcelette, led by the UK. The Canadian, New Zealander and British troops were on the front line going from Thiepval to Comble. The tanks appeared on this battle. The tanks weighed 28 tons, they could only move half a mile per hour and they were resistant to small arms fire. The New Zealand troops made a fast progress and they took the village of Flers.
The memorial is dedicated to the 1,205 soldiers who fell from the New Zealand Division, whose names and bodies have never been recovered. New Zealand Anzac Day ceremonies are held in Longueval and Le Quesnoy around the 25th of April every year. At Longueval, the ceremony takes place at the New Zealand National Memorial with a wreath in the presence of the New Zealand ambassador in France and the mayor of Longueval.
When he fought at the Battle of Longueval, the Captain E.V. Vivian of A Company said, "We are engaging troops advancing onward from south and east. Here is some uncertainty as to who they are. Can you say whether French or Huns? I'm much perturbed as to uncertainty who we are fighting."